Where are you? Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chef's Corner. My name is Jim Chapman, and I'm your regional chef for Intuit. And we're going to be talking about some classic movie snacks today. Very excited. And I want to start off by talking about safety a little bit. So we're going to be showing how to make popcorn from scratch at home. And I will say that when you're making popcorn, there's obviously the hazard of hot kernels popping out of the pan. So it's really important to have a tight fitting lid and either oven mitts or a towel to handle the hot equipment. There's a lot of steam that builds up in the process. So you want to be careful when you're lifting the lid off of the popcorn pot once the popcorn stops popping so that it doesn't spatter out and burn you with the hot kernels. And that when you're opening the lid, kind of open the lid away from you so that the steam comes out of the pot and you won't be in danger of burning your hands or arms with the steam. So that's our safety topic today. What are we going to be doing? So with COVID, we're not allowed to go out to the movie theaters very often. So when that happened, pretty much every night became movie night at our house. Do we make popcorn every night when we watch movies? No. But we thought it would be really cool to show the process and how to do it at home. And as a special treat, we showed a way to flavor popcorn to make it a little bit more decadent as a dessert. So we're going to watch a video. If you have any questions or comments, you can use the chat box or just hold them till the end and you can come off of mute and ask them then. So we're going to show you a video and then we'll be back, field any questions and have any culinary dialogue you wish to have. So without further ado, here is the popcorn tales.
Hello everyone, Jim Chapman here, regional chef for Intuit, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a classic movie treat, buttered popcorn. First we're going to start off with our ingredients down here. Now there are several different types of corn in the world, but there's only one type that is good for popping, and it's called Z Maize Zerta. And it is organic and yellow in variety. There are different colors that you can get, but this is the one that is most commonly found in most supermarkets. The fat that they use in the movie theaters to start the popping process is actually coconut oil, so we're going to do that today. I've got some melted butter, about a tablespoon to finish off with at the end, and of course a little bit of salt. So first we start by preheating our pan, and then we're going to take about 3 tablespoons of the coconut oil to start the process. You need that fat to coat the kernels, and what's going to have to happen is the steam that's stored in the kernels kind of explodes, and that's what causes the kernel to expand like that. So we're going to melt the fat a little bit, and then we're going to get our kernels in there, just like that. Now the type of pot you use is important. I prefer, this one's a kind of a lightweight aluminum pan, but the lid has to fit securely, because all that steam that traps in there is what's going to cause the popcorn to pop. So we're going to hang out here. It's going to take probably 4 or 5 minutes for it to get hot enough to start popping, but when it does, the action really takes hold. So you can see the vapor is starting to steam up a little bit. That's the water inside the kernel starting the process of popping. So it is important to move the pot around, and if you don't have nice coated pot like this to protect it from the heat, make sure you have yourself a towel to kind of hold the pot. It's important to move it around so that way the kernels don't burn on the bottom. So you want to keep moving. So now's a good time, if you haven't melted your butter already, to go ahead and pop it. I just popped it in the microwave for about 30 seconds just to have melted butter at the end, and we'll drizzle that once the kernels pop. Start to see the vapor kind of collecting on the top. That condensation there is the moisture we were talking about inside the corn kernel. And now we start to listen. When it starts popping, you'll hear it, and then it'll go pretty quickly. If it gets really hot, you can turn the heat down. I've got it on all the way right now because I want the action to happen. Oh, you can start to smell it now. Got that classic movie theater aroma going in the house. You can actually see the kernels starting to brown inside. And I see one starting to pop down there. It's going to happen pretty quick. There we go. I'll make sure I keep kicking it around. This is 1/3 cup of popcorn kernels in here, and wait till you see how much we get out of such a small amount. You can see how toasty and brown they are. That's where that nice aroma comes from. And you can see the action's going to take place pretty quick. Now, there's nothing wrong with using a popcorn machine at home too. That's a nice, safe way to do it. But this is how you do it. Just on the stovetop. Oh boy, you can start to smell it now. See the action? You can hear the moisture being released. It's actually sizzling in the oil. This is where it's key not to burn it. You want to make sure you keep it moving. Now at this point, you want to start listening for the popcorn kernels. When you stop hearing, or the pops become a little more spread out, that's when you know it's almost ready. Just going to be real careful not to burn at this point too. So moving it around is really important. I've got lots of popping going on, so I know it's not quite ready yet. Okay, starting to slow a little bit. And that's it. So I'm going to shut the heat off. I'm just going to pop it open so that steam can come out so you guys can see all that's trapped in there. And then now it's time for the buttering part. Hear that? So we have about a tablespoon of butter here. I'm going to kick it around a little bit to get it nice and coated. And then I'm going to put some sea salt on there. Put about a teaspoon of sea salt. Seasoning that we're looking for. And that's it. Ready to go. Even extra special, we're going to do a flavored popcorn. Bittersweet with a little ancho chili powder. You're going to love this. Very simple ingredients we have. Just a little bit of chili powder here. And that's exactly 2 1/4 teaspoons. And we've got 3 tablespoons of bittersweet chocolate. And we went and spent a little money on the good stuff so we get some good results. So all we gotta do is, while the popcorn is hot, go ahead and put it in a mixing bowl. All right. And then we add our chips so that they start the melting process a little bit. Okay, we're gonna let them get a little warm and toasty. Okay, now we added sea salt already, and the recipe calls for a little more salt. But I'm gonna add all the ancho powder to this. Oh boy, you can smell that. What an interesting special treat. You can see the chocolate starting to melt a little bit in there from the warmth of the popcorn. It's going to start to coat it. I'm going to go ahead and add all the chili powder now. Now the only way to really tell if you have enough salt is to taste it. So I'm going to make sure we mix it really good. You can also use a spatula. Kick that around. This way is more fun. So if you don't like ancho, you can use your favorite spice as well. The chocolate part just kind of makes it a little decadent and dessert-like, but it really balances off the chili powder spiciness. But yeah, have fun with the ingredients. You can make all kinds of different flavors like this, but see how much fun that is. Boy, let's try it. I think it needs a little bit more salt, so now's a good time to add about another teaspoon, I would say, to make sure it's nice and movie theater like. There we go. See how the chocolate's all melted and coated in there? Yeah! All right, now we're ready to portion it off in rolls for the family to enjoy during our movie. Don't worry if it gets a little messy, that's part of the fun. All right, hope you enjoy the show. Thanks for joining me today.
The end, my friends. And there you have it. It's as easy as buttered popcorn. I am checking the chat right now. I don't see any questions. Does anybody have any questions for me of any kind whatsoever? Go right ahead and jump off of mute. I don't think that we have any questions today, it looks like. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, we do these every Friday at 11 a.m. And you can find out where and what we're doing on the Slack channel, or where you hear about your Intuit culinary news. Thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Chef Jim signing off. Have a good one. Take care.